Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. I'm currently in Amsterdam on business. Had a lot of stuff going through my mind. It's a very pretty city if you've never seen it. It's basically just water and canals everywhere. Just random thoughts that have been going through my mind for a while. Hope you can hear me, it's quite windy. I've been seeing a lot of people and chatter and stuff, and I don't know if it's jokes or whatnot, but it's giving me like reminders of where we kind of were in 2016, 2017. And a lot of the discussion now around the market, or rather the money that people are going to make from the market, is kind of revolving around people talking about buying frivolous things. Once again, don't know if it's a joke or not, but I think this is just a little bit of a reminder to kind of remember why you're in the market. I remember when I first made the channel, and the discussions that I was having with a lot of people, kind of always trying to not get hit by any cars. A lot of the discussions revolved around like actually building something for the next couple of years and making sure that after you cashed out any money from the market that you were secure. And once again, I don't know if they're jokes, but a lot of people keep talking about like buying Lambos and buying like really frivolous, weird things. But you know, I think a lot of people are going to buy stuff that is fun or makes them happy once they take some money out of the market or take some profits. But I need to remind all of you to continuously, and this is what I personally do. I make lists. I know they may sound like a bit like old school, but I actually do write on pen and paper because I think it's a lot easier for me. I have a whole bunch of lists next to my desk of even like things that I want to buy, things that I want to invest in, kind of what the next steps for me are as well. I'm a very 5 to 10 year kind of person, in that I always write down like where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 10 years, what I want to have. And I've been making a lot of these things come true. It comes with a lot of sacrifice, which is something I think a lot of people don't necessarily want to hear. As far as if you see me constantly looking, it's because there's so many people walking around. There are like all these like boats and like bikes and all these things going around everywhere. Just trying to make sure that I don't get hit during the video. Yeah, so I always write down things. Like I said, it comes with sacrifice. And this is something that I mentioned before in a couple of other videos where I don't spend frivolously. And it's because I want to make sure that I'm as secure as possible now and in the future and even further ahead. It's not very easy. And this is, I think, one of the things that makes people a little bit annoyed or anxious, especially being in the market, because people want to be able to, I think, cash out, make tons of money, and then kind of just like go live their best life without having to really think about anything after. It's a really interesting bridge. Wasn't it expecting it to be shaped that way? But yeah, so just a little bit of a reminder to always keep your head on straight and try and remember what you're here for. A lot of and I'm trying to talk to low, I'm not trying to scream this out in the street. A lot of the money that people are going to be making is going to be like completely life-changing. And if I can ask you just even one thing, make sure that you buy an asset that is going to produce some kind of money for you. It's cool if you go do something fun, if you could go buy something that you've always wanted for a while. I mean, as long as it's not like 6 or 7 figures. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but you understand what I'm saying. It doesn't make a lot of sense to go buy a car for $500,000 and then you have nowhere to live afterwards. Yeah, just something a little bit different. It's always going through my head. I keep seeing all these documentaries about all these people who can't pay their rent and are in like crazy debt and stuff right now. And I think it's just a little bit depressing, if you want to say that. Just because where we are and where I think we're continuously going to go, I think it's going to be a bit of a rough patch in the next couple of... There's a car coming in the next couple of years. And I don't think things are going to get a lot better, even when considering inflation and all those other things. Is that a Tesla? It is a Tesla. Of course it's a Tesla. Yeah, I saw something a couple of days ago where they were chatting with people in the States, and it was one of those like, do you have any money like put away? and they were going over retirement and talking to a lot of like older people, asking them if they had any money put aside. And I think like 70% of the people who they were asking in this survey, and also like this online thing that they were doing, they all said no, they had nothing. They didn't even have, I think 700 was kind of like the number, because they were normally asking people if they had $1,000. So they said, okay, cool, 700. And the majority of them were like, no, they said they can't pay their rent, they can't pay their bills. And when you talk to a lot of people, and you hear them actually telling the truth, which I think is even like more of a pain, a lot of it comes down to the fact that they didn't think that they would need to do anything when they were younger. They didn't think they would need to put any money away. That's why I'm always such a huge advocate of making sure that, like, I always feel like I'm like having like a dad talk or something like that, but I think it's very relevant. I have a lot of people who also in my life invest in some sort of way, or put money away, or have money in the market, in the crypto market. And I keep reminding them, I'm like, so if you go, it sounds weird, one of my things is that if you go do something fun for yourself, you have to put an equal amount of that into an investment. I don't care what kind of an investment it is, as long as you're investing in some sort of way. Because the people who hold all the assets are the people who have all the money. That's just the way that the world works now. And I think that's going to continue being a trend. Anyway, just rambling on, just talking about a bunch of stuff that's been going through my head. I've had a couple of situations where people I know have been telling me that like money's hard and stuff right now, and I'm trying to get them into the investing kind of mindset, putting money away, just saving in general. People don't save, and I don't understand what that's about. It came out of completely nowhere. Yeah. So if you get a chance, there's a whole bunch of people outside, or rather by the water. If you get a chance, make a list. Write down what you want to do, what your goals are, where you'd like to be. Ideally, also like how much money you'd like to have. I think a lot of people also get kind of wrapped up in that as well. It's very important to know like what you want and what the end goal is, and how much money you want to come out of all of this with, and what you plan on doing with it, and what your goals over the next 5 to 10 years are. Because you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't have it, have nothing saved. And I think it's a gigantic shame, especially with what I saw from 2017, the amount of people who were in the market and just completely lost everything. It was more than a few. Yeah, just a random video, stuff going through my head. Sorry for the dad talk, but we hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. We hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.